Happy Friday to you. It is February the 6th. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bobby Castro.
And I'm Roxy Carabadian in for Jen. Let's take a look at some of the stories we're covering for you this morning.
About a deadly crash in Westwood. A driver slams into a busy grocery store, killing 3 and injuring several others. A look at the dash cam video just ahead.
Also, a new plea in the search for Nancy Guthrie. The disturbing details from the night she disappeared.
And we are just a few hours away from the opening ceremonies for the Winter Olympic Games in Milan Cortina. We have a preview for you. First, let's get to Maria with a check of the weather.
Yeah, and we've got, what, a couple days until Super Bowl Sunday, so hopefully you've got some great plans. We do have some clouds and some cooler temperatures in the forecast today, even some light sprinkles. You can see some of that green stuff showing up on the radar here, so you will notice a big difference today when you head out, and certainly later this afternoon. Right now, it's 55 degrees in Pasadena, 61 downtown LA, 61 in Santa Monica, 56 in Corona. Big Bear's 30 degrees, 62 in Palm Springs. High temperatures today will range from 79 in Palm Springs in the low desert to that 67 in the high desert areas. There's about a 10 to 20% chance for some light sprinkles there. Breezy up into the mountains, 54 with that chance for some light showers. Otherwise, downtown LA, 71, kind of on the milder side. Valleys, Inland Empire, 73, still slightly above the average, believe it or not, but not those 80s that we have been experiencing. Upper 60s along our coast, along with the high surf. I'll talk more about the extended outlook, talk more about another opportunity for some real rain in just a few moments. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you two.
Maria, thank you. Developing news out of Westwood right now. 3 people are dead after a driver crashes into a busy grocery store.
Mario Ramirez is live with what we know so far. Mario.
Bob and Roxy, we're actually hearing from more witnesses returning here to the 99 Ranch Market to find out it is completely boarded up. Investigators calling this a tragic accident. And take a look. We want to get to the dash cam video that shows the moment tragedy struck here at this 99 Ranch Market in Westwood. You can see a silver Mercedes barreling into the grocery store. It was around noon Thursday at Westwood and Rochester, where firefighters arrived to find the car lodged into the bakery, an area filled with customers at the time. The impact sending debris flying everywhere and people inside into a panic. Now, authorities confirm 9 people were struck, 3 pronounced dead inside the bakery, and 6 others, some left with serious injuries. Investigators say this all appears to be an accident. The driver behind the wheel may have suffered some sort of medical emergency, while witnesses here are still sharing video and details this morning.
There was people under the car, and there was a nurse on the scene who was giving CPR to one of the victims when I arrived here. I'm almost shocked because you don't really see that over here, like a horrific scene like that. You don't see that in Westwood, and the whole community should be concerned about it, and they should be doing something with their city officials to create better protection for not only pedestrians but cyclists as well.
Now, that driver, according to the LA Fire Department update this morning, a 92-year-old woman, she was seen in the video cooperating with the police investigation. And they also say she hit a bicyclist about a block away before continuing into the grocery store. Now, we've learned a little bit more about the victims here as we're getting more information. 2 of the victims, employees here at the 99 Ranch Market. The third, a customer standing inside the bakery when this all unfolded. For now, that's the latest here in Westwood. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
Mario, thank you. 8:03 is your time. Let's get right up to Stu Lindell and Sky Fox. He has some breaking news in Sun Valley. Stu.
Yeah, it's actually going to be in the Sunland area, but what's really important is 2 people have been stabbed out here. LA City Fire Department confirming that information, rushing 2 people to the hospital. And what's even more concerning is one of them is a 10-year-old female. The other victim described as an elderly male. Happening out here at the 10,300 block of Eldora. You have the fire department just departing the scene. There is still an ambulance here, but I don't think they have any of the victims in it. I think that was just an extra one. You have LAPD, that's going to be Foothill Division, arriving here on scene. Crime tape is up and definitely an investigation ongoing. When we get more information on exactly what happened here, we'll pass it along. But a 10-year-old female, elderly and an elderly male, both in the hospital this morning, stab wounds, and they're both in serious condition. I'm Stu up in Skyfox over the Sunland area. Back to you all in the studio.
Oh gosh, very disturbing. Okay, we'll stay on top of that for sure. Thank you, Stu. The search for Nancy Guthrie in Arizona now in its 6th day. and it appears authorities are no closer to finding her presumed abductor.
And now the FBI is offering a reward, a larger reward, to hopefully trigger a break in the investigation. Gigi Graciette has been following this. She joins us live now here in the studio with the latest.
And there certainly have been a lot of developments in the last 24 hours, including a very unfortunate connection between Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and Los Angeles after the FBI arrested a man here yesterday that they say was one of possibly several people trying to cash in on the Guthrie family's heartache.
Imposters who are trying to take advantage and profit from this situation. We will investigate and ensure you are held accountable for your actions.
And behind bars this morning, take a look. 42-year-old Derek Colella. He was arrested in Hawthorne yesterday by the FBI's SWAT team. A federal complaint accusing him of texting the Guthries with a message reading, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction." The FBI says Colella actually admitted that he sent the message and that he also called a member of Guthrie's family, although there was nothing said on the 9-second phone call. The text messages were traced to Colella's computer and email in Hawthorne. The arrest, the second for Colella, who just a few months ago was charged for grand theft right here in Los Angeles. The district attorney accusing him of submitting nearly $10,000 worth of false unemployment claims related to his clerk job with the LA County Department of Health Services. He's due in court on that on March the 5th, but this afternoon he's scheduled to face a federal judge in downtown LA. And while the FBI is calling him an imposter, again, trying to cash in, they do believe at least one ransom note may be real. And that has the Guthries making yet another public plea, this time from son Cameron.
To those imposters who are trying to take advantage and profit from this situation, we will investigate and ensure you are held accountable for your actions.
And that was the FBI again talking about Derek Colella, the man from Hawthorne arrested yesterday by their SWAT team. Now, let's talk a little bit about the new plea released by Cameron. He is the son of Nancy Guthrie, obviously, Savannah Guthrie's brother, a retired F-16 fighter pilot. He released a plea asking again for proof of life. Now, this video has now already been viewed over 242,000 times. It was posted online yesterday. At the time, a reported deadline had been set in a ransom note sent to media outlets, one of several, but it is, again, the one that has been taken the most seriously by the FBI because it contained private details. Now, Harvey Levin of TMZ, who received and read one of the ransom requests, said it specifically mentioned Mrs. Guthrie's Apple Watch and where it was left inside the house, in addition to some other personal details. It also had two deadlines in it. One has already passed. That was yesterday. But Bob and Aroxia, there is a second deadline reportedly in that ransom note that Harvey says was received in their offices that he read. That deadline is on Monday, and according to Harvey, it is much more consequential. The ransom note also said this would be their only communication with the family. And they also said that Nancy Guthrie is aware of the two deadlines, implying, of course, that she is alive. And that most likely is why the Guthrie family continues to plea for proof of life. Very common. We want to know she's alive. If we're going to pay you the money, which we don't know if the family would, FBI said that's up to the family if they want to pay or not. And we want to know she's alive, and no artificial intelligence. We need substantial proof that the 84-year-old who has such serious health issues, and we now know was injured in her abduction because the DNA results came back that the blood found at her home was indeed hers.
Yeah. So it's obvious they want to try to extract some kind of communication to verify that this ransom note is legitimate, that it's true and not a hoax.
Despite the fact they're saying this is our only communication and we're not going to communicate with you, they're still, you know, doing something.
They're obviously taking it very seriously. It's that one detail. Now, there are many pictures of Mrs. Guthrie online, and you can clearly see, you know, you can, if you know watches, you can clearly see she's wearing an Apple Watch in some of her pictures. That might be common knowledge. But the fact that, according to Harvey, they said specifically where they left her watch obviously a very detailed description of that place,
Right.
leads them to believe that that person who sent the note was indeed involved in her abduction.
You just wish they had more to go on, right? Something, a shred of video, some kind of DNA, something that was left behind. Perhaps they do and they're not telling us.
Right.
But
Where is that?
you'd think if they did have video of a car, a
They would've
license
put it
plate,
out
something, they
already.
would have put it out for people to know, because now they've got billboards out to, you know,
And you
asking the
saw,
public.
Bob and Roxy, how quickly they arrested Derek Colella, even though
Yes.
he was not even in Tucson.
Right.
He's here in Hawthorne. Their SWAT team moved in and took him into custody.
Yeah.
How quickly they were able to trace his text
Yeah.
message. Now, granted,
To
text
an email,
messages.
yeah.
Yes, that he used a fake VoIP number to disguise his cell phone number. The FBI is way ahead of him.
I know.
Way ahead.
But what's unfortunate about that is that these ransom notes come in, people want to take advantage of the situation, and they're going to try to track down every single lead, every single
That's a waste of time
note.
and resources.
A waste of time.
Yeah.
And the emotions that they're playing on this family. You know,
Yeah.
text message, oh my God, he's got my number. Apparently he's very good at researching, and he found the phone numbers for Nancy Guthrie's sister Annie and her husband. And that's how he was able to send those text messages and also call. He didn't say anything on the phone call, but just, sort of held his breath for 9 seconds. So
Just
you can
imagine
only
that.
imagine how
Yeah,
horrified the family
terrible.
was when they got those messages.
Oh my goodness, terrible. And just how they're feeling right now, knowing that that second deadline is looming on Monday, right?
And it's much more consequential. Those are Harvey Levin's words. He read the email. We don't know what it said.
Okay.
Obviously, some type of a threat.
All right. Hopefully we can talk to Harvey later this morning. I know we're trying to get a hold of him. Thank you so much, Gigi.
All right, 8/11 still had the White House working to make a deal to end Iran's nuclear program. We have the very latest on talks happening this morning.
Also, NBA All-Star Weekend. It's almost here. How you can get in on the fun. A look at some of our top stories this morning. A man who police say was armed with a rifle, shot and killed by officers outside the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Investigators say police ordered him to drop the weapon multiple times. A witness says the man refused and even appeared to provoke police. Police are investigating whether the rifle was functional and if the shooting was justified.
Leaders in the U.S. and Iran are meeting in Jordan today for high-level nuclear talks. The talks focusing on the Islamic Republic's nuclear program and lifting of sanctions. It's an effort to de-escalate tensions between the nations after the U.S. attacked Iranian nuclear sites and Tehran launched a bloody crackdown on nationwide protests.
A dramatic scene in the Adirondack Mountains of New York. 67 people had to be removed from a malfunctioning gondola on Gore Mountain. Footage right there showing skiers being lowered from the gondola using cables. Authorities say the gondola had developed a mechanical issue. All of the skiers were rescued. The mountain remained open for the rest of the day.
State Attorney General Rob Bonta pushes back against President Trump's claims of widespread fraud in California.
Claim this is a California problem or a blue state problem is just fiction. It is the figment of Mr. Trump's imagination.
Speaking in Los Angeles Thursday, Bonta called President Trump's accusations baseless and politically motivated. He highlighted California's efforts to combat fraud, noting $2.7 billion recovered over the past decade, including $740 million from Medi-Cal fraud. Bonta emphasized that fraud isn't limited to Democratic-led states, pointing to similar problems in Republican-led states as well.
You are invited to watch the 46th Annual Orange County Black History Parade and Unity Festival in Anaheim tomorrow. The parade celebrates Black history, culture, and unity. You'll see colorful parade floats, dancers, marching groups, and live performances by kids and students. The festival starts at 8 tomorrow morning at the Center Street Promenade. Again, that's in Anaheim. It's free and open to everyone.
2026, the Winter Olympic Games officially kick off today in Milan Cortina, Italy. The opening ceremony happening at 11 this morning with the Parade of Nations performances and the lighting of the Olympic cauldron. Vice President J.D. Vance has arrived in Italy along with Second Lady and Secretary of State Marco Rubio as part of the official U.S. delegation. The Winter Olympics run through February 22nd, and for many lucky tourists there, they are, well, as you can imagine, super excited.
Yeah, and I think it's the global mindset that we all kind of come together and compete together, and, you know, there's gold and silver and bronze, but at the end of the day, it's the whole world that's here, and that's what we love.
That baby's so cute. Some competitions have already begun ahead of the ceremony. Things like curling, figure skating, and ski jumping.
Mariah Carey is going to be in the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andrea
apparently
Bocelli.
she's going to sing in Italian.
Ah, so maybe it'll be a duet.
Maybe?
Yeah. That'll be nice.
See.
It'll sound wonderful no matter what, right? Those are some amazing voices.
Yeah,
Those two? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we've got a great weekend on tap, you guys. I know you're making plans, not just for today, but for Super Bowl Sunday, right? We do have some sprinkles in the forecast today, some clouds and some much cooler temperatures, so you will notice a big difference today, certainly from the last several days, as this area of low pressure spins nearby. High pressure will start to build tomorrow, and Sunday will be just great, actually. For Super Bowl Sunday, temperatures will rebound back to some of those low 80s, even in some areas. And then next week, we're watching a train of storms. So I think there will be a major pattern shift. Our weather pattern will change as we get through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, as we watch an approaching area of low pressure that could bring us some measurable rain by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then another system by next weekend and potentially another one after that. So we'll wait and see. I'm encouraged by the computer models, and hopefully we will get a little bit more in the way of some winter weather back in our forecast. Today, we've got some high surf, big waves rolling in, 4 to 8 feet for LA County beaches, maybe occasionally 10-foot sets. Ventura County, a little bit bigger. Orange County, 3 to 6 feet. And then if you're headed south to San Diego, 6 to 9 feet. We do have that coastal flooding potential and also very dangerous rip currents in the water. So please be extra careful if you are planning a date at the beach. 71 should be the high near downtown LA today. That is still above the average of 68. However, much cooler than the 80s and upper 80s we have seen pretty much this month. Here is your day planner for Anaheim. We're seeing a little more sunshine in Anaheim, but the clouds will come in for the rest of the day, talking about 69 degrees later this afternoon. And Big Bear, we've got 47 in the 10 a.m. hour, getting up to around maybe 51 at 12 p.m. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back after this very quick break.
Back, SoCal is getting ready to celebrate one of America's favorite foods, if not the most favorite food. The first ever Pizza Week begins on Sunday, showcasing all the diverse options all over Southern California. Coco joining us from her second location. You're just eating your way through Huntington Beach.
That is right. Hey there. We have moved to the Rhea Pizzeria here in Huntington Beach. It's right off of Main Street. Delicious pizza. I feel right at home, by the way, because it's Detroit style. I am here with the owner, Jeff, now. And so tell us about the Rhea Pizzeria.
The Rhea Pizzeria started about 4 years ago as a passion project of mine. I really fell in love with Detroit style pizza. It was really inspired by my wife's stories and my stories of Detroit and the Michigan area.
I love that. And you were saying it's a special recipe, too, for the dough, right?
Yeah, Coco. So we use a sourdough starter that's been in my family for decades.
That's incredible. Take us through this mouth-watering pizza.
Oh, well, thanks. So we have a variety of pizzas here that we're offering. This one here happens to be our most popular pizza. It's called the Elliott, named after my son. It's a double pepperoni extra cheese pizza. By far our best seller. This one here is our Queen Bee. That one has goat cheese, prosciutto, fig jam, and a little bit of a honey drizzle. and that is named after my wife, Becky. So it's the queen bee. And then this particular sampler in the middle, we call it the signature sampler. Sometimes we call it a pizza flight, but it's 4 of our personal Detroit-style pizzas. And in this particular flight, we have the Detroit Dragon, the Bacon is My Jam, the Motorhead, and the I'm Kind of a Big Deal.
I like that, and that's like a pickle pizza, right?
That is a pickle pizza, and surprisingly, it sells really well.
Yeah, people love pickles.
Absolutely.
And if you can talk about what you're doing for SoCal Pizza Week, what deals?
Yeah, so we're offering 3 deals. You can get a personal and a soda for $10. You can get an original and a half dozen garlic knots for $20. Or you can get an original, a full dozen of garlic knots, and a parfait for $30.
Amazing. And if you can talk about what inspired you to hop onto the inaugural year for SoCal Pizza Week.
Yeah, it was really an honor of mine to be able to showcase as a local independent pizzeria that where craftsmanship's still honored and respected.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for bringing us in. Congratulations to you, by the way. And that's really cool. And that's what it's all about, is really highlighting the local pizza scene, which is pretty big here in Southern California. So you're going to want to come here to Ria Pizzeria right in Huntington Beach to enjoy this delicious Detroit-style pizza. SoCal Pizza Week starts on Sunday, and it'll wrap up February 15th. I'll send it back to you.
Aren't you from Michigan? Do you know?
I am. I'm from the Detroit area.
There you go. So you're like an expert at this, right? What is it that makes these Detroit-style pizzas like just so yummy?
So to me, what makes Detroit-style pizza so yummy is the crust. I mean, if you look at the crust here, you can see that it's like got that nice amount of kind of char, but it's got a crunch as well. So it's like you're always getting that good end piece. Yes, but then like the cheese is good, the sauce. It's my favorite type of pizza.
Coco's seal of approval there, the Ria. Thank you, Coco. We'll be right back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Happy
Do you want
Friday.
to talk about why we're wearing red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Great time to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Women's health. Cardiovascular health,
that's right.
heart health.
It's like
number one
of the-
killer
yeah.
for women. Yeah. So just a reminder to get it out there and talk about it, get checked up, be aware.
And I just want to let you know I support women wholeheartedly.
We do see red.
I got the memo. I got the memo a little late.
You know
I was
your
like, I
audience,
can't-
and you do have your
I
little
can't
pocket
change it now.
Yeah. There's red in there.
There is definitely red in there. You are a big supporter.
And thank you for supporting us.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely. But it's not talked about a lot.
I know my
enough,
audience.
Actually.
I can't. I'm not going to be in the doghouse today. It's Friday.
Yeah.
No, you're not. It is Friday. But yes, absolutely get your heart checked, talk about it, wear red today, and have the opportunity to raise awareness. I know that I definitely have some heart issues now. You know, when you get to a certain age, menopause is a big driver of the cause of that. So make sure you get your heart checked out, you guys. All right, let's talk about this. Winter is on its way back. Are you ready? I mean, it packed up and left for a while. Summer came and brought us all those 80s, right? And very dry conditions. Well, it's coming back. And today you're going to notice a little difference as we expect some clouds, kind of a mixture of some clouds and some sunshine, but definitely cooler with highs down into the low 70s. There's even some sprinkle chances. The weekend looks very pleasant, though, especially on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday will rebound back to some of the low 80s for some of us. And then by next week, it's really going to feel more like winter, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday. Temperatures really cool down, and we are looking at rain chances to start on Tuesday. Currently, it's 61 degrees for downtown with that sunshine and cloud cover mix. We've had every single day this month of above average highs, including even yesterday's 85. Today, woof, look at the swing down to just 71 for downtown LA, but that's still above the normal of 68. Our sun will set later this afternoon at 5:28. I'll show you the extended outlook in just a few minutes, but first, let's check in on traffic. Samada's back with a look at our freeways now. Samada, good morning.
Good morning, Ray. Good morning, everyone. A real tragic incident that happened on the freeway earlier this morning. We're going to quickly touch on that momentarily, but we do have this stalled big rig westbound side of 91 at Lakeview Avenue. That signaler in place for 30 minutes. The tow truck is going to be on the way there, but this is the big problem spot. Unfortunately, a fatality crash involving a motorcycle southbound side of the 110 at Adams Boulevard. That investigation is ongoing, and that signal alert in place for at least another 2 hours. It's going to be the southbound 110. You can see the backup well beyond where the crash site happened, and even the northbound side, a really difficult drive. Traffic just barely squeezing by. Here's a much better look at a local freeway, the westbound side of the 10. As well as the eastbound side of Fremont Avenue. Both directions are moving along pretty nice through the Alhambra area. Back to you, two.
Thank you. New this morning, outrage stemming from the White House as President Trump takes to Truth Social and shares a racist image overnight depicting former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle as apes.
We're not going to show you the image, but we can tell you the image was part of a video pushing a conspiracy theory about voting machines during the 2020 election. Politicians on both sides of the aisle, including Governor Gavin Newsom, are calling the president out online.
So on X, Newsom's office posted this disgusting behavior by the president. Every single Republican must denounce this now. Republican Senator Tim Scott also took to X saying, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House.
In a statement, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt calling this fake outrage, saying this is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. A new bill in the California legislature aims to block former ICE agents from transitioning into local public service roles. The disqualification would be automatic, regardless of an individual's personal conduct or lack of a criminal record. Opponents of this bill call it discriminatory and say it could worsen staffing shortages in California's police departments and schools. Legal experts questioning whether it would violate federal labor protections or constitutional due process. The bill is scheduled for its first committee hearing later this month.
Later this morning, a coalition of immigrant advocacy groups and unions will call on the LA 20 Olympics Committee to protect immigrants during the games and for committee chair Casey Wasserman to step down. The Fair Games Coalition is using today's kickoff of the Winter Olympic Games in Milan as a rallying point to keep ICE out of Olympic host cities. Fair Games also wants Wasserman to resign after scandalous emails were made public this week in the Epstein files with him and Ghislaine Maxwell. The group adds Watchman also kowtowed to President Trump in November by appointing 5 conservatives to the LA 28 Organizing Committee's governing board. That move, they say, undermined confidence in the games' independence and integrity.
A White House anti-fraud task force that will search for welfare abuses in California and other states is in the final stages of planning. Reports indicate that President Trump plans to sign an executive order naming Vice President J.D. Vance as chairman of the task force. The group will focus on fraud and taxpayer-funded programs, with California and Minnesota already uncovering billions in losses. Critics worry the effort could be politically motivated. Planning is still underway, and the timeline for its launch may shift.
Here at home, former Orange County Supervisor Andrew Doe, already serving a prison sentence for accepting bribes, has now been completely stripped of his law license. 2 years ago, Doe pleaded guilty to accepting nearly $868,000 in bribes to steer millions in pandemic relief funds to certain nonprofits, primarily one that employed his own daughter. He received a 5-year sentence before becoming a supervisor. Doe held positions as both a county prosecutor and a public defender. His law license was placed on suspension last year. He did not contest the disbarment.
New this morning, seems like TikTok is in the hot seat yet again. The European Union has charged the social media app with breaching its online content rules over, you guessed it, addictive features. And the EU is telling the company to change the design of its app or risk getting fined as much as 6% of owner ByteDance's global turnover. So TikTok saying this: it will challenge the findings, calling them false and entirely meritless. And now to this. After Billie Eilish made a political statement during her Grammy speech, if you watched it, she's become the subject of a tongue-in-cheek response from a local law firm. In her speech, she claimed that no one is illegal on stolen land. That was a quote from her. And then on Tuesday, Sinai law firm publicly offered to serve her an eviction notice on behalf of the Tongva Native American tribe. They say that her $3 billion mansion is built on the tribe's ancestral land, also offering to represent the tribe pro bono. The law firm has since clarified that no legal action is being taken, and that the statement was intended to make a broader point about language and symbolic gestures.
The La Jolla home of one of the world's most popular children's authors is on the market. Dr. Seuss's home is going for just under $10 million. The 5,000 square foot estate sits right above the coastline with stunning views and nods of some of the author's most popular works throughout the 1.5 acre property. It comes with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Dr. Seuss, or Theodore Geisel, moved into the home in 1948 and reportedly completed all of his famous books right there.
That's not where I imagined.
Him being from La Jolla?
Yes.
If you go to La Jolla, actually, there's like a monument there to him, like a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just this, I don't know, the decor. I mean, it's beautiful.
Like California.
Yeah.
Do you know where it's listed, the house?
Where?
Red fin, blue fin, 1 fin, 2 fin.
Of course. Super Bowl Sunday is all about the food. Several chain restaurants are dropping deals on Sunday to celebrate, and we are rounding out some of the crowd pleasers here. And you can feed your party for less, which is great, right? So Applebee's offering 20 free boneless wings with any $40 online order using the promo code.
Samara likes the ones with the bones.
SBWings26. Okay, Samara confirms, and Samara won't be taking up this deal. You got Buffalo Wild Wings is giving rewards members 6 free wings when they pre-order a $25 order by Saturday.
She makes like scraping off the...
For Sunday pickup. And if the game goes into OT, yes, I'm ignoring you, everyone scores free wings on February 23rd from 2 until 5 p.m. Now, Chipotle is running a giveaway for free entrees for fans who snag a text-to-claim code on their Instagram, being posted after halftime, but before, this is before the third quarter. Denny's has a 20-piece boneless wings party pack, plus $10 off a $30 purchase with the code CHAMP10N. And Subway is offering 6-inch subs, 2 of them, by the way, 2 6-inch subs for $6. That's today. It ties into today's date, 2/6. And they say we're 2 days and about 6 hours from, well, Super Bowl kickoff. So there you go. There's a reason for it.
Thank you for transcribing all that.
Making the boneless wings seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? I mean, you have to, like, take it out and then wrap it back up or tie it.
I really haven't thought about it.
But now that you mention it, I don't think I want to eat that.
Because you're right.
boneless one?
It's the way
assembled. It's like, yeah.
How do you think people make, like, stuffed wings or like...
I know, you're right.
I just thought it was like seedless watermelon, you know?
Cooked.
It just
it's
made
cooked.
that way.
Maybe there's a tool they use to, like, pry the bone out.
I want you to give me more credit for my Dr. Seuss red fin joke.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Red fin, blue fin.
Okay, good morning to you. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. All right, the Super Bowl is this weekend, Super Bowl 60. Who are you rooting for? Wow, 40% are saying they are rooting for Bad Bunny. In second place, it's a tie. I need someone to break this tie right now. Who are we betting on, the Patriots or the Seahawks? Can someone break this tie in the next 10 seconds?
Well, there was a frog or a toad that we did a story on.
Wow. Well, you can go to foxla.com/vote to let us know.
No one cares about the snacks.
Yeah, it's at snacks 16%. Who are you going for, Patriots or Seahawks?
I told you. The Super Bowl's canceled at my house.
Yeah, that's Bob?
He's going to go with
I guess the Patriots.
You know, his Boston.
Because he went to
Boston University, so there you go.
Well, that's why. Oh, I'm cheering for Furry Friday. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, you know what day it is. TGIFF. Thank goodness it's Furry Friday. Good day, LA DJ. Can you drop the music? Here we go. Look at Penelope in Fontana. Ooh. She is ready for her close-up. Future so bright. She has her shades on. Thank you. Sassy. Sending. I know, sassy. Thank you for sending. Next, we've got Lulu and Coco. And Lulu and Coco like cuddling on the couch.
Oh, I love the name.
Cuddling together.
In a living room. I don't know where because remember, you got to include your city.
Right.
So I could give you a shout out. All right, next, Bocelli in orange. Catch me singing like Andre Bocelli. Next, Romeo, where for art thou, Romeo?
In Lawndale.
In Lawndale.
It's like a Bernedoodle.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Yeah.
Really
Next,
cute.
we're going up to Agora Hills to check out Joey. No horsing around over here.
Wow. That is quite the picture.
I want the furry photographer to reveal themselves.
Truly.
That is an amazing.
Can you adopt?
Hey, finally, today's adoptable. We want you to meet Rain, a 3-year-old shepherd mix. Sweet, lovable little boy. He's a social guy. He likes to meet
Looks very friendly.
He thrives on human interaction.
Rain. That's so cool.
I know. If you're looking for an active social companion, come meet Rain at the DeVore Animal Shelter today.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, go to animalcare.sbcounty.gov. Come on, Rain. Let's get him a forever home. And if you want your fur baby featured right here on Furry Friday, send me an email. Don't forget to include a picture, your pet's name, your name, and the city you live in so I can give you the most proper shout out.
Very good. All right.
Ooh, you hear that frog?
I did.
Is it because of Coqui?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mentioned, right? Okay, now, coffee shops in LA are a dime a dozen, of course, but there is one in Echo Park that's extremely unique because of where it's located.
Brooke is live in Granada to tell us all about this.
Hey there, I'm live here in Echo Park. I am at Granada. So it's interesting here because, you know, coffee shop, Echo Park, you're like, yeah, of course, a lot of cool ones. Let me tell you my favorite. But this one is extra special because you just would not expect it to be here. I'll tell you, when I was walking up, I was like, oh no, what if I got it wrong? Like, am I in somebody's backyard? Wait a minute. I'm like, Brian, because it really is kind of in the cut. It's actually in an ADU, which is, I've never experienced this before. Come on over here, Sydney, talk to me. Did you all build this for the coffee shop?
We built it for our family. We had I found out I was pregnant. We were wanting to have a little bit more space, and so we designed and built this house to have our daughter here. And then we found out just a few months ago about this new permit, the MICO, or Micro Enterprise Home Kitchen Operation, where you can open your house to the public. And we thought, well, we have this cool space. Why don't we share it with the neighbors? And really didn't know if anyone was going to come. Our joke has always been, Well, worst case scenario, we just stop opening our house to the public. But everyone's come from all over, Santa Monica, Costa Mesa, Burbank, all over town. So it's been pretty amazing to see everyone in LA. Yeah, we're like getting to know everybody.
What's the reaction been for you? Like, how does that feel?
It feels really beautiful and joyful. I think for us, we wanted community space, and coffee and tea and pastry felt like a really great entry into that. A good reason to get people together, but community was always our main intention, and so we watch people come and make new friendships every day, exchange phone numbers. We saw romance happen. People are meeting in real life here, and it's really beautiful to be a part of and to witness.
Just kind of adding new memories to your home, to a place that's already so special to you.
Yeah, it's been really, really beautiful, and we cannot believe the reception. It's truly every day, like, what?
Okay, what's your favorite thing that you all serve here?
Probably this blood orange ricotta cake.
Yeah, it sounds that.
It's really good, and these galettes are really beautiful. A savory one, a sweet galette. We've got some loaves.
Zucchini right there? Is that what, or squash?
It's delicata squash.
I don't know why I said zucchini, but you know. I meant to say squash. I'll send things back to you all in the studio much more in the next hour. This is awesome.
Oh my gosh,
what a great idea.
So cool
spot. Very cool. The food
Very
is good
cool
too.
Spot. Yep.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Coming up, NBA All-Star Weekend is almost here. Our next guest will explain how you can get in all the fun.
First, let's get to Samana with a look at traffic.
And Good Daily Traffic is sponsored by the offices of Jacob and Ronnie. Call jacob.com. We continue to watch, unfortunately, this tragic incident. A fatality-involved collision happened earlier this morning. Southbound side of the 110 at Adams Boulevard. Most lanes are still shut down. Only one lane is open, and it's barely squeezing by. The SIG alert in place for the next 2 hours, so make sure you plan accordingly and avoid the area if you can. Stalled big rig, another SIG alert westbound 91 at Lakeview Avenue for at least another 15 minutes before that clears. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. We do have some clouds outside, kind of a mix of some sunshine and some clouds. Definitely cooler today, much cooler than it has been the last several days. And that's because of this area of low pressure that's nearby, sending some clouds our way. Even a little bit of a sprinkle chance, just a 10% as that low continues to move south and east away from us. High pressure will start to build back tomorrow into Sunday, so the weekend actually looks quite pleasant for Super Bowl Sunday. Sunday will be a little bit warmer. It's next week when we anticipate some changes. Watching an area of low pressure here in the Pacific that could bring us some rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and potentially even Thursday. We do have some high surf today. We have a west swell that's bringing some pretty big waves. Ventura County 6 to 10 feet. LA County beaches 4 to 8 plus. Orange County 3 to 6, 69 as you get farther south into San Diego. There's that very strong rip current in the water, so please be extra careful if you are planning to swim or paddle out. And we do have that high surf advisory. 66 along our coast today. 72 on Sunday. Very nice. And then we've got the rain chances beginning Tuesday. Downtown LA 71 degrees today, getting up to 81 on Sunday. 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Valleys, Inland Empire 73 with that chance for some showers, about 10%. And then greater chances next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The mountains 54 degrees. The high desert areas, slight chance for some sprinkles today, 67 degrees. And if you're headed out to the Coachella Valley today, a little bit more sunshine with that daytime high near 79 degrees. All right, I'll send it back to you.
On Sunday. All right, Maria, thank you. NBA All-Star Weekend is almost here. From celebrity games to tons of fan events, there's plenty of ways to celebrate the All-Star Game, which is being held right here in LA. Whether you're a diehard basketball fan, you're just looking for something to do, maybe someone in your family is a basketball fan. NBA Global Head of Events, Kelly Flato, is here with how you can get in on the fun. Good morning.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
Well, this is so exciting. Right after the Super Bowl, right? Big event, but we're coming on the heels of that, and it's all going to be right here in Los Angeles. And you were telling me this is spread across different areas of Los Angeles.
Absolutely, the entire greater Los Angeles area. So we'll be downtown at the LA Convention Center with our immersive fan event, NBA Crossover, something for fans of all ages. We've got music performances. We're going to open up on Thursday night with the K-pop band Cordis, and we've got Ludacris on Friday night, Shabuzi, and lots of games and activities for fans of all ages. A lot of creators coming out to NBA Crossover. We'll be at Kia Forum on Friday night with the All-Star Celebrity Game, the Rising Stars Game at Intuit Dome on Friday night, and then All-Star Saturday on Saturday, and the crescendo will be the All-Star Game on Sunday.
This is like a packed couple of days of events here. I think a lot of fans always are concerned, like, I'm not going to be able to get into something like this. It seems really expensive. But you're saying that this is something that's accessible or the whole family can enjoy.
Absolutely. For NBA Crossover at the Convention Center, tickets for kids start at $25, $50 for adults. And I actually forgot to mention the NBA HBCU Classic, which is taking place at Kia Forum on Friday night, and tickets for that are just $26. So that's the 5th year that we're doing the HBCU Classic, and there really is something for everyone.
I think part of the NBA All-Star Game also in some of these events is that for people who are big NBA fans, you really get to get up close and personal, right, with some of the players from all across the league.
Absolutely. 4 days at NBA Crossover. We're going to have legends and NBA players making appearances. Also for the young fans, some of their favorite creators. Drewski is going to be participating in a three-point contest on Friday night on the State Farm Court. We've got the NBA Creator Court and some of the favorite creators, Jesser and T-Jass, that'll be doing trick shots, and an opportunity to meet some of their favorite fans, NBA legends and players alike.
People, they can say, they can watch people at their best skills, but for people who want to test their own skills, are there activations within the convention center there too for people and for kids to really get involved?
Absolutely. Again, there'll be something for everyone. So plenty of chances to shoot hoops and get out on immersive courts, and we also have the largest selection of exclusive NBA All-Star merchandise at the NBA All-Star Merch Village, which is set up at the Convention Center. And then also down at the Venice Beach Courts, there'll be some free activities. Our partner AT&T is doing an entire setup down at Venice Beach. So we're going to be in every corner of LA over the next week.
It's going to be so much fun. And you did talk about the merch. Here's something that's special right here. What did you bring for us here this morning?
This is the official NBA All-Star Money Ball.
Okay.
So this will be available for purchase at NBA Crossover,
great art
as
here.
well as at the Intuit Dome retail shops and pop-ups across LA. So again, something for everyone, a little bit of swag. And yeah, we're hoping that as many fans as possible can come out and join us.
I think they can. So many different events here, and it all starts on Thursday.
Starts on Thursday, February 12th, runs through Sunday, February 15th.
And really quickly, if people want to take part, where can they go?
Download the NBA Events app or visit NBAEvents.com. All the information and the opportunity to purchase tickets is there.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much. NBA All-Star Weekend, as she said, kicks off Thursday. Fan events all across LA. Check them out. Tickets, we're going to put that website right there on the screen. We'll be right back. It's going to be go-to time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to it. Coming up on 9 a.m. on this Friday morning, I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
An investigation underway in Sunland, a double stabbing. One of the victims just 10 years old. It all played out here in this residential neighborhood. We're live on the scene coming up.
Plus, new plea from the family of Nancy Guthrie, desperate for her safe return. This as a crucial deadline in the search for the missing mother has come and gone. First, though, let's talk about the weather with Maria.
Yeah, we've got an important weekend coming up. We do have Super Bowl on Sunday, and we have a few changes in the forecast starting today with some clouds and definitely more of an onshore flow. You can kind of tell here with our satellite radar pictures. We're even picking up some of the green stuff, so a little bit of moisture embedded in some of these clouds. So there's a chance for some light sprinkles out there today. Temperatures right now ranging from 60 in Ontario, 57 in San Bernardino, 64 downtown LA, 63 in Santa Ana. Big Bear's warmed up a little bit from the 20s to around 39, 67 in Palm Springs. High temperatures ranging from around 79 in Palm Springs today, 67 in the high desert with that slight chance for some showers there along with the mountains, 54 in Big Bear. Downtown LA noticeably cooler down to just 71 today from yesterday's 85, 73 for the valleys and the Inland Empire to the 60s at the coast. We'll talk more about the coast and the high surf that's rolling in just a few minutes. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much. A story we've been following as soon as it became a big story all around the country, and I would say around the world people are watching this. The search for Nancy Guthrie in Arizona so far coming up empty.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do begin the 6th day since she disappeared. There are still no suspects or persons of interest. Gigi, you've been following this closely. What are the latest developments?
Well, obviously, concern is growing about her welfare. She's not a healthy woman. She needs her medication. We knew about that. And yesterday we learned that DNA testing proved that blood found at the home belongs to her. So you can only imagine how worried her family is. And today, there is an unfortunate connection between Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and Los Angeles. The FBI arresting a man here yesterday they say was one of possibly several people trying to cash in on the Guthrie family's heartache. This as the family put out another public plea to a kidnapper the FBI believes could really be holding Nancy Guthrie hostage.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom.
That's Savannah Guthrie's brother, Cameron, making the latest appeal to whoever kidnapped his mother. The video was posted on social media yesterday, right about the time a reported deadline had been set in an email sent to both TMZ and a media outlet in Tucson, Arizona. Now, Harvey Levin of TMZ, who received and read the ransom request, said the FBI is taking this one very seriously because of specific details. We're talking about personal things mentioned, something the FBI has also confirmed. He spoke about one important detail on Fox News' Hannity last night.
I found interesting because we knew she wore an Apple Watch. There are pictures of her with Savannah with that watch. But they mentioned where the watch was, the placement of the watch in the house. And that's not something that was out there.
Well, take a look at this guy. The FBI says it's also received fake requests for ransom from imposters. And yesterday, their SWAT team arrested 42-year-old Derek Colella in Hawthorne. A federal complaint accusing him of texting Guthrie's daughter, Annie, and son-in-law with a message reading, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction." The FBI also saying Colella admitted that he sent the messages and that he had also called a member of Guthrie's family, although there was nothing said on the 9-second phone call. The text messages were traced to Colella's computer and email right there in Hawthorne. Colella is also facing, as if that weren't enough, grand theft charges here in Los Angeles. Back in October, the district attorney accused him of submitting nearly $10,000 worth of false unemployment claims related to his job with the LA County Health Services Department. He's due in court on that on March the 5th, but this afternoon he's going to be facing a federal judge in downtown Los Angeles. Now, Harvey also talked about the two deadlines mentioned in the email that he read. One was yesterday, it has already passed, but the second one is on Monday, and according to Levin, is much more, quote, consequential. And because he says of the way the email was written, Sandra and Aroxia, he believes the person is local to the area. He said the email was specific, structured, and very well organized.
Oh, it's heartbreaking to hear, and you could sense, time is of the essence, obviously, but the family is asking for proof of life, but yet nothing has been transmitted in terms of any communication.
And Levin said that in that email that he read, whoever wrote it said this would be their only communication. And a really important fact, the Bitcoin address, because they're also asking for apparently millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin address, Levin says, is legitimate. It is a real address. But as you know, they are very, very hard to trace.
It's the 6th day, and you always hear when things like this happen. That 48 hours is so crucial, right? So you're holding on to hope, and my heart goes out to their whole family. I mean, just imagine what they're going through, but it just, and that second deadline approaching, you just can't help but to think, what's going to come out of this?
And one of the reasons the family is asking for proof of life is because in the email, according to Harvey Levin, who read it, he's not releasing an image of it. Obviously, that's in the FBI's hands right now. But in the email, he says the person who wrote it said that Nancy is that she is safe, first of all, and that she's aware of the deadline. So obviously implying that she is alive, but they want proof of life. It's been, as you said, 6 days. She's not a healthy woman. She's 84 years old.
And this experience in and of itself.
Traumatic for a healthy person.
Right, right.
And I know she needs medication daily. That's something she doesn't have with her. They were checking all the pharmacies in the area to see if somebody filled a prescription perhaps for that medication, but so far, no luck on that end. All right, Gigi, we'll keep up to date on this as more developments come out. Thank you. We do move on to breaking news out of Sunland right now, where an elderly man and a 10-year-old girl were stabbed and sent to the hospital.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's go to Mario, live on the scene. Mario, what do we know so far? What in the world happened here?
Yeah, Roxy and Sandra, police are still trying to figure that out, but I just learned from law enforcement sources on the scene, the suspect is still at large. No arrests have been made in this double stabbing, and the investigation is underway. As you mentioned, one of the victims just 10 years old, and you can see the police activity there down the street. This happening at a home along Eldora Avenue near Foothill Boulevard. Neighbors have been gathering around the crime scene, wondering what's happening and just learning about these details. So take a look. Skyfox video this morning shows a large police and fire presence here at the scene as evidence was being collected. According to LAPD and LA Fire Department, 2 people were stabbed here just before 8 o'clock. Confirming both victims were transported to the hospital. They include an elderly man and a 10-year-old girl, and we're told their injuries meet at least serious trauma criteria, but their current conditions are still unknown. Police say that suspect is a male, and right now investigators are working to determine exactly what led up to the stabbing. Police trying to confirm the relationship, if any, between the suspect and the 2 victims. And another key question is whether this was an isolated incident or if there's any ongoing threat to any of the neighborhood, although it doesn't appear that way. Now, back out here live, again, very active scene here. Of course, authorities are closely monitoring the conditions of both victims at the hospital this morning. And as soon as police release more details, including confirmation on a suspect or motive, we'll, of course, bring it to you. But for now, the investigation continues here in this residential area of Sunland. We'll send it back to you, Roxy and Sandra.
Oh, my gosh. So disturbing. Okay, I will stay on top of that, of course. Thank you, Mario. 9:08, a lot more coming up on Good Day LA. First, though, let's check on the roads out there on this Friday morning.
It's a busy Friday, most definitely. Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. We're going to zoom in on that fatal accident on the 110 southbound. This is at Adams Boulevard. That SIG alert's still in effect. I think only one lane is still open at the moment. They're still investigating, and maybe at least another hour for this SIG alert. There's some slowing, of course. Westbound 10 freeway, this is at Fremont Avenue. It looks pretty good here. As you can see, both sides of the 10 moving nicely. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA on that West 10 between the 5 to the 405, 29 minutes. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, it's 23 minutes smooth, but until you get to that fatal accident, then things will start to slow down. Westbound 60 between the 57 to the 5, 28 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
I am meteorologist Maria Corban. Welcome back. We've got this weather sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos, and we have some changes today. We've got some moisture, some clouds, and this area of low pressure that's moving to our south. That's bringing us a little bit of a cool down. Still going to be above average, but definitely noticeably cooler than the last several days. And then high pressure will start to build tomorrow into Sunday, and that's going to give us a perfect Super Bowl Sunday. And then next week, we're really going to start to feel the winter season back as we watch a couple of storm systems approach. This first one moving in Tuesday into Wednesday, potentially giving us some measurable rain again into Thursday. So it might be the start of some other storms moving in after that. In the meantime, we do have the high surf advisory that is in effect. We have some big swells rolling in from the west, 6 to 10 feet for Ventura County beaches, LA County 4 to 8 plus, Orange County 3 to 6, and a little bit bigger as you head farther south into San Diego, around 69 feet. We've got minor coastal flooding and some very dangerous rip currents in the water, so please try to stay out of the water unless you are an experienced surfer or swimmer. 71 degrees is what we're expecting for downtown LA. Like I said, that's down from yesterday's 85, but that is still above the average, actually, of 68 degrees. We got some sunshine and some clouds mixed today in Anaheim, getting to around 70 degrees at 2 p.m. And as we take a look at Big Bear up in the mountains, at 10% chance for some showers or sprinkles, and then getting to around 51 at around noontime. I'll show you the extended outlook when I come back. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. All right, let's jump on into entertainment. Hey, ladies in red. All right. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Third time's a harm when it comes to the Strangers franchise. And actress Madeline Petch is back as Maya, the lone survivor. But will she keep that status?
Please, please.
Kill her.
Let me just tell you one thing, Madeline. Everyone thinks the Jason mask is really scary, and it is. You know, Chucky, very scary as well. But there is something about these strangers that is all too familiar and freaky. And we've seen videos where people are driving and will have the mask on, whatever. What is it about these simple, almost cherub-like faces that just give us the chills?
Honestly, I think it's the people beneath them, the way that they operate, the way that they move, the kind of characteristics they each have, the definitions that they make of their characters. They're very individualistic, which is not usual for people with masks on.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, we're up in the mountains and we need to be rescued. We're in between like 5 mountains with trees everywhere.
You have such an incredible magnetism on social media where even though you are a stranger to millions of people, pun intended here, you make people feel like they really know you. Is that just who you are, or is this something that you've learned over the years?
That's so cool. Thank you. I was never intentional. I think the most important thing to me with social media was authenticity. So I've been really trying to like stay with that. It is tough because there's also a level of like wanting to remain, you know, some things to remain private to me and some things to feel like they're just for me. So I'm trying to navigate that, and albeit not always perfectly, but I do really try to maintain like, you know, who I am as a person on social media. Otherwise, I don't really know what the point of it is.
Nicole's wearing like this bright yellow Free City sweatshirt, and I'm wearing a leopard Gwen Stefani top.
I am so excited for this third installment. I was such a fan of the original, the first one with Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman. It is so scary and eerie, and here's what I'll say. At the end of the first one, Liv Tyler looks at them and just says, why? Why? And they go, because you were home.
Oh.
I know.
I don't want to be home.
I know. Do not answer the door, right? Especially this weekend, because The Strangers Chapter 3 is in theaters now. And stick around, ladies, for the 11 a.m. out, because they knew you weren't going to be home. So they asked me where you work, and I might have given them your work address. So will we talk to strangers? I don't know. Will we?
I'm leaving.
No, you're staying. We've already coded the show.
We've already coded the show. I'm a prisoner.
I knew you were going to say you weren't home, so, you know.
Okay.
Little eerie.
Yes.
Stick around, though. Please watch us at 11.
Is that all?
It is, that is. I thought that was all, but wait, there's more. It's that time of year again to share with us those SoCal sweethearts. We're getting back into the mix here with love. Like this cute couple from Mission Viejo. We got Verona and Fernando, and we want to see your SoCal sweetheart. So send us a picture. They said you know, they've been together for a long time. Faith is at the forefront of their relationship. And if you want to send me an email to amanda.salas@fox.com. I would love to share your love story. Let me know where you met. Let me know what your favorite date night consists of. Yeah,
how long you've been together.
How long you've been together. Any marriage advice you'd like to give to us. You know, amanda.salas@fox.com. Just put in the subject line, SoCal Sweetheart.
Nice.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know. I have a Valentine this year.
The same one as last year.
The same one as last year.
Okay, good. All right. Coming up. Sure, of course, flowers are a great thing to get your partner for Valentine's Day, but make sure the gift giving doesn't stop there.
Hopefully your Valentine's watching for some ideas. Our next guest is here with a fresh gift guide that will put a smile on anyone's face. Amanda's joining her after the break. Did you know?
I did. She's my Galentine.
Ah.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and today we've got some fresh gift ideas for you. Gabrielle Donato, you are back, baby, with a lot of loving things for us today. They're going to have us thinking outside the box. The chocolate box, that is. Now, you are a spokesperson for these brands, so you know what's in demand right now.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to talk about Valentine's Day gifts for every love language.
Oh, yeah.
So let's start with Wattpad, words of affirmation and quality time. Wattpad is a global web novel platform and go-to destination for romance fans. This platform offers millions of free stories spanning every swoon-worthy trope imaginable.
Ooh.
And this Valentine's Day, you can check them out on screen on February 13th. We have Kissing is the Easy Part, will be on 2 by. And then Love Me will be, or Tubi, I should say, and Love Me will be available on Prime Video.
We love Tubi, and it's free.
And it's free. So this Valentine's Day, romance lovers can indulge in these great stories on Wattpad or check it out on screen.
It's easy to remember because you're like, who, why, Wattpad. There you go. You've got your Valentine's Day covered.
Yeah.
You know, though, after reading, you get a little sleepy.
You do get a little sleepy. Yeah. So let's talk about acts of service and self-care with Blissy. Blissy is trusted by over 3 million happy customers. Blissy helps you look and feel your best while you're sleeping. The perfect Valentine's Day gift for someone special, and they'll use it every night, all these items.
I love it.
The award-winning pillowcase. It's made with 100% pure mulberry silk.
That's great for your hair, it's great for your skin, and it's great for...
Yeah,
I love it. This is really fun.
And it's clinically proven, dermatologist backed. Blissy also has sleep masks to block out the light, and there's scrunchies and bonnies to help protect your hair and style. They're available at Blissy.com, Macy's, Nordstrom Rack.
Check. All those stores. We've got yourself covered. You know who has really nice sheets?
Who, Amanda?
I think we know.
Yeah, let's talk quality time and experiences at the Fairmont Century Plaza. When your love is meant to last a century, it deserves a celebration to match. This Valentine's Day at Fairmont Century Plaza in Los Angeles, indulge in a Fairmont Gold stay. You can share l'amour at Lumiere and savor french fries paired with martinis at the bar. Or pamper yourself and your besties at the Fairmont Spa with options for couples massages or a Valentine's getaway. So whether you're celebrating romance, friendship, or a little self-care, your Century Plaza experience awaits.
There we go. So who says you only need one love per century? At Century City, you can have all the love, right?
You can have it all.
We got to pack up our little bag, though, for a staycation, and this one is showing off the color of love here.
Yeah, let's talk about the gift of adventure with Briggs and Riley's. And Riley actually traveled to LA with these suitcases. I have to say, they're so durable, practical, spacious, and this ruby red color is perfect for Valentine's Day. It's from their most durable and innovative hard-sided luggage collection. So you can treat yourself heading into the travel season.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Roses are red, this suitcase too. All the good deals from me to you.
All the good deals. Yeah, and it provides up to 25% more packing space, and it's backed by Briggs & Riley's lifetime guarantee, which covers all functional aspects of your bag free of charge. So check them out at briggsandriley.com.
I'm sensing a theme here. You know, a little relaxation, a little staycation, all for the weekend of love. These are great ideas.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great ideas. Happy Valentine's Day to you. And we will be right back. Come here, come here.
good morning. Coming up on 9:30 on this Friday morning, I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines. The White House working to make a deal to end Iran's nuclear program. Details on the talks happening this morning in the Middle East.
Plus, on the road to recovery, the LA County Fire Chief was in studio this morning talking about safety and resources for homeowners impacted by the LA wildfires.
And President Trump's prescription savings website is officially live, but how much could it actually help you save? We'll break down what you need to know.
And I think we'll talk about food, too, because it's all about the pizza today as well.
That's right. You're looking at it. We've got to talk about the Super Bowl and all the pizza you might be eating, right?
Yes, goes together.
Yes.
Yep.
So while the Super Bowl is a sporting event, industry experts often call the Super Bowl music's the biggest stage.
That's right. And this year will be another one for the history books. Let's go to Ashley Dvorkin live for us. She's already there, ready for the Super Bowl, so excited, but yet to attend a party. Hi there, Ashley.
I love it. You're just calling me out right away. Good morning, Roxy and Sandra. Yes, I am waiting to go to a party. There are so many happening all over the Bay Area. And right now we are keeping an eye, obviously, on we've got the Seahawks and the Patriots as they are practicing. The music artists are also getting ready, including Bad Bunny for halftime. And we're learning a little bit more about the show. Take a look.
Bad Bunny in the building.
While the Super Bowl is about football, excitement is growing as millions prepare to watch Latin superstar Bad Bunny's halftime show performance. Fresh off music's biggest night after recently making history at this year's Grammys, Bad Bunny says he's grateful to take on music's biggest stage this weekend.
I feel more excited about the people than even me. They happy because this moment, the culture.
No word yet if any guest stars will make an appearance alongside him, but Bad Bunny is promising to bring the party.
I know that the world is going to be happy at this Sunday. They don't even have to learn Spanish. They just, it's better if they learn to dance.
But Bad Bunny won't be the only musical act.
I've been rehearsing this in my head for months, if that makes sense.
Before kickoff, Charlie Puth will sing the national anthem. Coco Jones will perform Lift Every Voice and Sing.
With Lift Every Voice, there's so much hope and tenacity that I relate to.
And Brandi Carlile will belt out America the Beautiful.
This is a song about a country, a beautiful country that ebbs and flows in terms of hope, and it's a work in progress.
And there's also Green Day, and they're headlining the opening ceremony. And among the other concerts, Post Malone, Sting, Chris Stapleton, Olivia Dean. So many for me to talk about, potentially attend, and not go to an early dinner again. Araxia, Sandra?
And not to mention the surprise, right? There may be surprise appearances as well.
Yes, yes. So we're keeping an eye. A lot of people think that Cardi B may join Bad Bunny on stage. I think that's very much likely to happen. And then I also saw today maybe Jennifer Lopez, Shakira. That would be really fun, especially because Bad Bunny joined them on stage 5 years ago. So I'm really hoping for that one, but we'll wait and see.
All right, it's bustling over there, right? A lot of action going on in Santa Clara, right by the Levi Stadium. I know down the street, the convention center is right there. Are there a lot of activations going on?
So the activations that we saw when we first arrived in San Francisco, that was the Super Bowl experience. And so I walked by and that was very busy already. And they have activities for the whole family there. And but throughout the Bay Area, there's the concerts, events, there's red carpets happening. So yes, it is very busy.
I got to get out there. All right, Ashley, thank you. Yes. And last hour, we asked you, who are you rooting for in our poll question of the day? And here are the results. New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, Bad Bunny, or Good Snacks. Let's see. Bad Bunny so far. Okay. You still have time to vote. Go to foxla.com/vote to let us know your pick.
Also, the Rams and 49ers making headlines for next season. They're set to face off in the first ever NFL Australia game. It'll take place in Melbourne at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The stadium holds over 100,000 fans. A date and time have yet to be announced. Speaking of Rams, in the meantime, Matthew Stafford adds another honor to his legendary resume.
The Rams quarterback was named the NFL's most valuable player.
I am so happy to have you at the games on the sideline with me, and I can't wait for you to cheer me on next year when we're out there kicking. And so I'll see you guys next year. Hopefully I'm not at this event, and we're getting ready for another game in SoFi. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Oh,
they look like a little choir.
I know.
So cute.
Look at them. All right, Stafford confirming he will be back with the Rams next year for what will be his 18th season in the NFL. He got 24 of 50 first-place votes, ending with 366 total points, earning him his first MVP title. As for this season, Stafford led the league in the passing yards and touchdowns. How cute is that?
Very cute.
Oh.
And congratulations.
That's right.
Yeah, big congrats to him, for sure. We have the Super Bowl thing going on Sunday, right? And the weather is, of course, important because you want to be able to throw that football around during halftime, and you will, I promise. We do have winter that's coming back, though. We've been kind of spoiled with summer and those very warm temperatures. Today, you're definitely going to notice the difference. It's going to be a little bit cooler, down to just the 70s now with all the 80s we've been seeing lately. So this is a big change. Even some sprinkles in the forecast for today. It will be pleasant, though, as we get to the weekend. Starting tomorrow, high pressure will start to reassert itself, and we'll bump up our temperatures on time for Super Bowl on Sunday. And then by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's really going to cool down, and then we will look for that rain chance. This is that upper level low pressure system that's bringing us the clouds today. And then this is for next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, we've got a weak system moving in, so just some really light scattered showers we're expecting for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But it's the next one after that, much colder storm system, according to the models, for the following Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that February 14, 15, 16 time frame, we could be looking at a really cold wintry storm. So we'll wait and see if that materializes. In the meantime, these are the highs we're expecting today. Yeah, much noticeable cool down. 71 in Burbank, downtown in Pasadena, 73 in Ontario, to those 60s in Santa Monica, 68 degrees, all the way down to Long Beach. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. Iran and the United States kick off a new round of high-stakes talks today in Jordan.
And this comes as the U.S. military is poised for another possible attack. Doug Luzada reports from Washington. There's already disagreement over the scope of the negotiations.
The question now is whether this will be the start of real diplomatic progress or simply a prelude to U.S. military strikes on Iran. The USS Abraham Lincoln now in the Arabian Sea, a stark reminder of the stakes of today's talks with Iran. At the National Prayer Breakfast yesterday, President Trump talked about the reach of U.S. military power.
They don't want us to hit them. You know, we have a big fleet going over to Iran.
Iran sees these talks as limited to the country's nuclear program, already hit during last year's U.S. military strikes known as Midnight Hammer. The U.S., though, led by Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff, is pressing for more, going after Iran's missile program and its extensive support of proxy groups in the Middle East.
Iran and their proxies have killed Americans over the last 4 decades.
On Capitol Hill, there is some level of bipartisan support for taking a hard line with Iran.
Iran needs to recognize that it has been a malign influence throughout the region, abandon its nuclear program.
Iran's government has already weakened even after cracking down on widespread protests there. And with so much U.S. firepower now amassed nearby, some see this as a unique opportunity to topple the Iranian government.
We can finish the regime with a combined attack, U.S. and Israeli military, a combined sustained campaign to finish this regime off once and for all.
Last month, President Trump told Iranian protesters to keep up the pressure on the regime, promising that help is on the way. In Washington, Doug Luzada, Fox News.
And based on initial reports from today's negotiations, the talks were, quote, a good start. That's according to Iranian foreign minister.
The diplomat says talks with the United States could take place over multiple rounds. However, no U.S. official has confirmed whether negotiations with Iran will continue. Over to Russia now, where the country is accusing Ukraine of assassinating a top Russian general in Moscow. Officials say it follows a series of assassinations of senior military officers. The lieutenant general was shot several times by someone inside an apartment building who fled the scene and remains at large. The general is now in the hospital, and all this comes just one day after U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff announced the two countries agreed to a prisoner swap involving more than 300 prisoners. Russia's foreign minister saying this move was designed to sabotage peace talks. Kyiv has not commented on the attack. Meantime, U.S. and Russian militaries are communicating with each other for the first time since 2021. Both militaries stopped all communication for more than 4 years amid tension over the war in Ukraine. And new this morning, the Kremlin agrees the two countries need to quickly launch a new nuclear pact. This after the New START treaty expired yesterday, sparking concerns of another nuclear arms race.
The Clintons are agreeing to testify before Congress about Jeffrey Epstein, but with some conditions. The House Oversight Committee wants a closed-door deposition. Former First Lady Hillary Clinton says she and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, will tell them everything, but only if it is public and televised. Bill Clinton socialized with Epstein for years in the late 1990s and the early 2000s, as did President Trump. Neither Mr. Clinton nor President Trump are accused of a crime in connection with Epstein.
A new bill in the California legislature aims to block former ICE agents from transitioning into local public service roles. The disqualification would be automatic, regardless of an individual's personal conduct or lack of a criminal record. Opponents of the bill call it discriminatory and say it could worsen staffing shortages in California's police departments and schools. Legal experts are questioning whether it would violate federal labor protections or constitutional due process. Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez is one of the lawmakers leading the effort to pass the bill. Here's what he said at a news conference this morning.
We are talking about nearly 250,000 state employees and more than 2 million local county workers, and the message is very simple. If you choose, again, if you choose to terrorize communities instead of serving them, California will not reward you with a public paycheck.
The bill is scheduled for its first committee hearing later this month.
It's been just over a year since the devastating LA wildfires, and the head of LA County Fire says that he is very concerned about the upcoming fire season. Chief Anthony Maroney says that despite all of the rain we had at the end of last year, it's been very dry and warm lately. He says you don't have to live in what was traditionally a fire-prone area to be at risk for a wildfire in your community. The chief joined us this morning with some advice for homeowners.
You can make an appointment with us to come out to look at your home, to talk about home hardening. Zone 0, AB 3074, no combustibles within 5 feet of your structure, and also what defensible space you need to make sure that your home survives without a fire truck, without a firefighter, or without water in the hydrants if you are impacted by wildfire.
For more information about keeping your home safe, go to LA County Fire Department's website. That is fire.lacounty.gov.
After a day of intense speculation, Fox 11 can confirm billionaire developer Rick Caruso is not running for LA mayor. The decision comes just days before the filing deadline. Caruso, who lost to Mayor Karen Bass in 2022, recently criticized the mayor over claims her office softened a report on the Palisades fire. Caruso's team says his earlier decision not to run still stands.
President Trump has unveiled his new Trump RX website. That is where many prescription drugs can be purchased at a big discount. President Trump made this announcement, that is, last night, and he says that it's a long past time for the American people to stop paying inflated prices for pharmaceuticals.
Launch represents the largest reduction in prescription drug prices in history by many, many times, and it's not even close. You're going to see numbers that you're not going to believe. Americans have long been paying the highest drug prices anywhere in the world, while other countries often paid pennies on the dollar for the exact same drugs. We were essentially subsidizing the entire world, and subsidizing by hundreds of billions of dollars every year.
The website is not a platform for buying medications. Instead, it is set up as a facilitator, pointing Americans to drug makers' direct-to-consumer websites where they can then make purchases. The site also provides coupons to use at pharmacies.
All right, coffee shops, you know, in LA, they're a dime a dozen, right? But there is one in Echo Park that's extremely unique because of where it's located.
Yeah, Brooke is live at Granada to tell us all about it, actually to show us what it's all about. Good morning.
Always showing. Yes. Okay, so right now I'm standing in front of someone's home. You can see, right? Just standing in front of somebody's house. But this is somebody's house that moonlights during the daytime as a coffee shop. Yes, this is their actual kitchen, their actual living space, toys that their customers' kids and also their child plays with. It's just really, really awesome. And it's bustling. You guys like that word, right? Bustling. It's really busy here. There's a line out the door and there's so many people. It's really nice. It's really cool because if you were watching earlier this morning on Good Day LA, I said, you know, I almost got confused as I was walking up. I'm like, for sure, I'm in the wrong place. I'm in somebody's backyard that is not expecting me. But no, I was like in their backyard on purpose. It's really cool. Isaac, this is so awesome. And I have to ask you, what do you think for you is the coolest part about this and the weirdest part?
I mean, I think the coolest part has been meeting all of our neighbors that we've never met before, like people that just live right around the corner and we've been living next to for years, but now that we've opened up our house, we've been making a lot of new friends. And the weirdest part is we didn't expect that to extend to like the entire Los Angeles area.
Right. Someone came from Costa Mesa, right?
Yeah, Costa Mesa, Calabasas. We've had people who are like in town from DC and New York that are making it like a point to be here.
That's so cool because when you started this, it was like, you know what, let's do it, but not totally sure it would work. Did you expect this level of busy?
Not at all. I mean, we thought it would be our close friends and our neighbors, the people that could walk here. And then LA Times picked it up, and then a little while later, some more, like, it just kind of took off on online, on Instagram and stuff. And
no, I love this, and I can see everybody, like, snacking, and I had a matcha. It was absolutely delicious. This is just really cool. I'm trying to think of a word that's not simply cool because there is just something about how cozy this is. And I think everybody, you walk in the door and you become that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That kind of like family, let's be together, let's all be cool vibe. And I did have a question earlier, which I thought was fascinating. Although we know, and you guys know, we should be kind to everyone's place of business regardless. But I wonder if people are extra courteous because they know they are actually in your home.
I think so. People have been so nice and just excited to be here and not afraid to wait in line a little bit longer than they expected. I think it's people feel like they've been invited to a house party, and so that makes it a little bit more just enjoyable than like going to a normal coffee shop.
I love that. Yeah, so come be invited to this. Invite yourself to this house party, I should say, right here in Echo Park at Granada. It's really awesome. The matcha was delicious. Come check it out. They're open 9 to 3, right?
Yeah, just on weekdays.
And just on weekdays because this is their house and they want to use it as their house on the weekends.
Right. They don't need all these people in their living room Saturday morning. Got it.
Very unique. All right, Brooke, thank you. Did you hear about this? The so-called graffiti towers in downtown LA. They're one step closer to being sold. A federal judge approved a bankruptcy exit agreement for Oceanwide Plaza. The billion-dollar mixed-use complex has sat vacant since construction halted in 2019 when the owner ran out of money. In 2024, LA Council allocated millions of dollars to clean up and secure the building, but it still looks like this. So the question remains, who's going to pay for the cleanup? We spoke with some people who live in the area.
Pay for their mess.
The company that started it, right?
The company that started it.
It's great if they had actually done something with it. But now at this point, I think you got to scrap it and start over, and it can't be passed to the taxpayers because we did not create that issue.
So a potential investor is in talks to acquire this property, and of course, once we know the details, we'll keep you posted. Coming up, SoCal Pizza Week is here.
Yeah, Coco is showing us how you can slice into some of the fun happening across more than 30 restaurants. Oh my gosh, getting hungry looking at this. So good.
welcome back to you. I am meteorologist Maria Quilban. Are you ready for the weekend? We've got some changes today, a little bit anyway, because of this area of low pressure, just some clouds and maybe a 10% chance for some sprinkles, but that's going to get out of here, and we will get high pressure and warmer conditions for Super Bowl Sunday. Now, next week, this system will move in, and that will significantly change our weather pattern, and I think it will be the beginning of a few more storms. So that's great news. 66 degrees today for the coast, maybe 70s for Sunday, and then that chance for rain next week. Downtown LA 71 today to 81 on Super Bowl Sunday, and then we'll get down to below average by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We will get that 30% chance for some showers. Valleys, Inland Empire 73 today to 83 on Sunday, so beautiful weekend on tap. Up into the mountains 54, maybe a 10% chance for some light showers. Greater chances as we get into next week. The high desert area 67 today to 71 on Sunday. It's going to be a perfect Super Bowl, really, wherever you are going to be going. To the low desert, perhaps, to Palm Springs, 79 today to that 86, nice and warm on Super Bowl Sunday. And even a chance for showers there in the Coachella Valley by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with temperatures dropping into the low 70s. So enjoy this coming weekend. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. SoCal is getting ready to celebrate something we all know and love.
And can agree on. Agree
Yes.
on. We all agree on pizza. The first ever Pizza Week begins on Sunday, showcasing diverse options all over the region. And Coco is checking out one hot spot in Huntington Beach.
Hey there, we have moved to the Rhea Pizzeria here in Huntington Beach. It's right off of Main Street. Delicious pizza. I feel right at home, by the way, because it's Detroit style. I am here with the owner, Jeff, now. And so tell us about the Rhea Pizzeria.
The Rhea Pizzeria started about 4 years ago as a passion project of mine. I really fell in love with Detroit style pizza. I was really inspired by my wife's stories and my stories of Detroit and the Michigan area.
I love that. And you were saying it's a special recipe, too, for the dough, right?
Yeah, Coco. So we use a sourdough starter that's been in my family for decades.
That's incredible. Take us through this mouth-watering pizza.
Well, thanks. So we have a variety of pizzas here that we're offering. This one here happens to be our most popular pizza. It's called the Elliot, named after my son. It's a double pepperoni extra cheese pizza, by far our best seller. This one here is our Queen Bee. That one has goat cheese, prosciutto, fig jam, and a little bit of a honey drizzle. And that is named after my wife, Becky. So it's the Queen Bee. And then this particular sampler in the middle, we call it the signature sampler. Sometimes we call it a pizza flight, but it's 4 of our personal Detroit-style pizzas. And in this particular flight, we have the Detroit Dragon, the Bacon is My Jam, the Motorhead, and the I'm Kind of a Big Deal.
I like that, and that's like a pickle pizza, right?
That is a pickle pizza, and surprisingly, it sells really well.
Yeah, people love pickles.
Absolutely.
And if you can talk about what you're doing for SoCal Pizza Week, what deals?
Yeah, so we're offering 3 deals. You can get a personal and a soda for $10. You can get an original and a half dozen garlic knots for $20, or you can get an original, a full dozen of garlic knots, and a parfait for $30.
Amazing. And if you can talk about what inspired you to hop onto the inaugural year for SoCal Pizza Week.
Yeah, it was really an honor of mine to be able to showcase as a local independent pizzeria that where craftsmanship's still honored and respected.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for bringing us in. Congratulations to you, by the way. And that's really cool. And that's what it's all about, is really highlighting the local pizza scene, which is pretty big here in Southern California. So you're going to want to come here to Rhea Pizzeria right in Huntington Beach to enjoy this delicious Detroit-style pizza. SoCal Pizza Week starts on Sunday, and it'll wrap up February 15th.
Got to try that out. Looks delicious.
It does.
All right, we also want to put this on your radar. Happening tomorrow, the Best Friends Animal Society is hosting Puppy Bowl tailgate party at its West LA location. So there will be a football field set up with rotating Puppy Bowl games featuring puppies that are up for adoption. The best part, you can take them home with you for free. So if you're interested in attending, it's happening from 1 to 4 in the afternoon, and who knows, you might meet your future MVP pet. For all other Los Angeles locations, Best Friends Animal Society is waiving adoption fees through Monday.
The 2026 Winter Olympic Games officially kick off today in Milan and Cortina, Italy. The opening ceremony happening at 11 in the morning. Ooh, Whew, almost happening. And the parade of nations, performances, the lighting of the Olympic cauldron, so much to do, so much to see. Vice President J.D. Vance has arrived in Italy along with Second Lady and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. This is part of the official U.S. delegation. The Winter Olympics run through February 22nd. Coming up at 10 o'clock, a measles outbreak casting a shadow on one of the big locations for the World Cup.
Plus, good news from the Olympic ski runs in Italy this morning as the injured Lindsey Vonn is seen crushing a downhill run with that torn ACL.
Gosh, she's amazing. And a 5-inch drawing of a man's foot sells for $27 million.
Congratulations.
Which famous artist drew it and where that foot ended up? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 a.m. on this Friday morning. Here's some of the stories we're following for you.
We're live in Sunland this morning. An investigation underway into a double stabbing. One of the victims just 10 years old. What we're learning about the suspect coming up in a live report.
A new plea, that is, in the search for Nancy Guthrie, and disturbing details from the night she disappeared.
And we do have an important weekend coming up. We've got the Super Bowl, and we're watching this area of low pressure that is nearby, sending clouds and some cooler temperatures our way. How it will be on Sunday, I'll have all the details coming up.
And outrage this morning over a racist post on the president's Truth Social page depicting former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle as apes. And the White House is saying this morning, we'll tell you what they are saying in a little bit.
We do begin with the breaking news right now. Out of New Mexico, actor-director Timothy Busfield has been indicted on 4 counts of criminal sexual contact with a child. Prosecutors allege the 68-year-old abused 2 child actors between 2022 and 2024 while working on the TV series The Cleaning Lady. Busfield has denied the accusations, calling them false and retaliatory. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing.
More breaking news this morning, this time out of Sunland, where an elderly man and a 10-year-old girl were sent to the hospital after investigators say they were stabbed as they were on the way to school.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go to Mario right now, live on the scene. Tell us what the very latest is on the search for the suspect and how they're doing.
Yeah, we're still waiting for an update on their conditions, but we know that they were rushed to a trauma center. That man and his granddaughter, a 10-year-old, we've learned the suspect apparently ambushed the family as they were on their way to school and then hopped into their car and took off. Now, this all unfolding here in this residential area in Sunland. We've been seeing investigators here talking to neighbors and collecting evidence. This is the 10,300 block of Eldora Avenue near Foothill Boulevard. Let's go to the Skyfox video. It shows the heavy police and fire response still on the scene. According to LAPD, this all unfolded as a family was getting ready to leave for school. Police say a man and a 10-year-old girl were stabbed. The man, the girl's grandfather, in his 70s, and we're also learning there were 2 other children at the location at the time, but they were uninjured. LAPD investigators say that suspect armed with a knife came up from behind and stabbed the victims. Police confirming the family's car was running at the time. The suspect then jumped in and drove off from the scene. Both victims transported to a trauma center. Their current conditions haven't been released. Now, we spoke to one neighbor here, and this is what he told us just a short time ago.
I hate to use the word, but he's been terrorizing the neighborhood. It was just normal for 1 hour and then completely nonsense next minute. We don't know if it's drugs, alcohol, but something was causing it for him to act this way. So unfortunately, it had to come to this situation, and my body's shaking. I'm just so angry. I actually heard about the child just when I got here. I didn't even know about it was a child. I thought it was one of the parents of the child that he was arguing with last night.
Now, if we have this Skyfox shot over the abandoned Volvo where that suspect ditched the vehicle here, again, this all unfolding here as we speak. LAPD says officers know who the suspect is. He's described as a 31-year-old Hispanic man wearing all green, and they say he ditched the car at that location from this Sunland scene. Now, let's come back out here to our shot on the ground. While neighbors say he lives at a home here on this street with his parents, again, LAPD describing him as a transient. We're also told that LAPD did have another issue, a confrontation with this same guy just before this morning's attack in the recent week. For now, that's the latest here in Sunland. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
This is so horrific, Mario. Do you have any more information on how that little girl and her grandpa are doing?
You know, we are waiting for an update, but we know they were taken to a local trauma center. We know the injuries are more severe, so we really are hoping that they pull through. But again, they were stabbed here as they were getting ready to leave for school and getting into that vehicle when all of a sudden this guy jumped out and started that attack with a knife in hand, according to police.
That is an interesting development, though, that you reported on. So apparently that suspect's family home is on that exact same street, although he's a transient. He comes and goes. So he's familiar with that area, and they may even know him personally.
Yeah, exactly. That part's still not exactly clear, but we talked to several neighbors out here off camera who say he definitely lives at the home with his parents, but as you heard, LAPD saying, describing him as a transient this morning.
Wow. This is so awful. All right, Mario, thank you. We'll stay on top of that for sure. All right, on to this now. 3 people killed and 6 others hurt here after this silver Mercedes, as you saw right there, crashed into a 99 Ranch Market in Westwood yesterday. Police tell us the suspect, a 92-year-old woman, is cooperating with investigators and say this does not appear to be intentional. According to investigators, the suspect hit a bicyclist about a block away before crashing her car into the bakery area of that store, killing 2 employees and 1 customer. 4 customers were sent to the hospital, including 2 in critical condition. Investigators are still looking into what led up to the crash and if a medical emergency may have played a role.
And now to this developing story. In an effort to find the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, the family makes another social media plea to Nancy Guthrie's possible kidnapper.
And a local man is arrested in connection with a ransom note, and Gigi is here now with all the developments in the last hour or so.
And unfortunately, Los Angeles now has a connection to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Today, there is that connection after the FBI arrested a man in Hawthorne they say was one of possibly several people that's trying to cash in on the Guthrie family's heartache. This as the Guthries put out yet another public plea to a kidnapper that the FBI actually believes could really be holding Nancy Guthrie hostage.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom.
Savannah Guthrie's brother Cameron making the latest appeal to whoever kidnapped his mother. The video posted on social media yesterday, right about the time of a deadline that was sent in an email to both TMZ and media outlets in Tucson. Harvey Levin of TMZ, who received and read the ransom request, said the FBI is taking it very seriously because of some specific details. We're talking about personal things that were mentioned, something that the FBI has also confirmed. Levin spoke about one important detail on Fox News' Hannity last night.
What I found interesting, because we knew she wore an Apple Watch. There are pictures of her with Savannah with that watch. But they mentioned where the watch was, the placement of the watch in the house. And that's not something that was out there.
Now, we mentioned the LA connection. Well, here he is. Yesterday, the FBI SWAT team arrested 42-year-old Derek Colella in Hawthorne. A federal complaint accusing him of texting Guthrie's daughter Annie and son-in-law with a message reading, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction." The FBI also saying Colella admitted that he sent those messages and that he also called a member of Guthrie's family on the phone, although there was nothing said on the 9-second phone call. The text messages were traced back to Colella's computer and email address. Colella is also facing grand theft charges here in Los Angeles. The district attorney accusing him of submitting nearly $10,000 in false unemployment claims related to a job that he had with the LA County Department of Health Services. He's actually due in court on that next month. But this afternoon, he's scheduled to face a federal judge in downtown Los Angeles. Now, Harvey also talked about those 2 deadlines mentioned in the email. One has already passed. It was yesterday, but the second deadline is Monday, and according to Levin, it's more, quote, consequential. And because he says of the way the email was written, he believes the person could be local. Now, joining us now live, Charles Latibaudier, co-host and co-executive producer of TMZ. And Charles, you also read this ransom request.
Yeah, Gigi, we did see it together.